In the last video, I showed you how to design this beautiful hero section in Wix Studio. We used some CSS to design these beautiful buttons, create these inner shadows, and the gradient for the text, and many more things. I also showed you how to create a progress bar, an animated progress bar, using the Velo. So make sure that you watch the tutorial. Now let's go ahead and create the next section of our website. In this video, I will teach you how to use advanced CSS grids. So the first thing I'm going to do is choose a grid layout. For this one, I'm looking for something like this. In the first cell, I'm going to add a heading. For this one, we will use an H2 heading. Remember, as I said in the last video, you only need one H1 heading, and for rest of it, you have to create a hierarchy in your website. We will learn more about that when we talk about the SEO. I will teach you how to create a better hierarchy. All right, so this is our H2 heading. Let's add a different color for the main keyword, the future of design. Let's change its color. Let's set the margin. First dock it to the left side, and let's set it to 40 pixel. In this section, we are just going to add a simple paragraph to add something about our platform. All right, so this is our about section. Um, and this is where we will create an advanced CSS grid. So to create the advanced CSS grid, you can just go here and you will find the option advanced CSS grid. Click on apply, and now you will see a new option appear here. You have different options to set the grids. What I'm looking for is a 2 by 2, and it will create 4 cells right here. Okay, so these are the cells we can use. In each cell, we will add a container, and in each container, we will add some states that we will animate. So just go here and add a container like this. The best part about CSS grids is that they are responsive, and you can easily control their width and the height, some more advanced parameter. So this is the first container. Let's design it. Let's give it a much better look using the CSS. Let's call the CSS class about stat. Go here and let's write the CSS code for it. I want to add, let's add an inner shadow maybe. The first thing we will set is the background. And let's set it to the primary background. In the last video, we explained everything about the CSS, so make sure you watch that. Let's also add a border radius. Let's set it to 15 pixel. And finally, let's add a shadow. Add box shadow. And first, let's use the shadow inset, which is right here. So now you can see we have this sort of container, okay? We have a shadow inside the container. Now let's add some text to it. Set its style to paragraph and responsive behavior to hug. duplicate it like this, and let's call it founded. And finally, stack these two together, hold shift and select both of them. Let's create the space of maybe 20 pixel or 10 pixel and align it to the center like this. Now we have to make sure that this looks good. Let's set this to maybe H4, and let's also assign a CSS class. So we discussed this in the last video. We have created the CSS class for this text, a CSS code that added this gradient. So let's just go here and assign the same class to this number. And now we have the gradient here as well. Also, let's decrease the container height like this, and then set a padding of around 10 pixel, create some space. This will make sure that our space is consistent. All right, so we now have the container. Let's just duplicate it and place it in each of the cells. So first of all, press Ctrl D to duplicate the entire container, then go here. And right here you can assign in which grid cell you want to place this container. So just select the container and select the grid like this, and it goes here. Again, press Ctrl D to duplicate, then select the third grid cell and select the fourth grid cell. All right. Finally, let's just change the parameters, the numbers. Now, one thing you will see here is that the alignment of these elements is a bit off. Even if you set it like this, you can see that the text is going outside the stack element. And there's a very easy fix for this. All you have to do is select the stack, go to the size, use the advanced settings, and in the width, set this to max content. And it will match the width of your content with the maximum width. Now just go here and set the alignment for each of these stack. I'm going to do the same thing, advanced settings and max content. So we have designed the section, but we still need to make the designs consistent. So the first thing I'm going to do is just decrease the height and make everything just close up together. Next up, what I'm going to do is set this one to the very center like this. The same goes for this one like this. Let's start with this cell. What I'm going to do is go to the padding, make sure the cell is selected, and set it 20 pixel. For this one, I'm going to first go to the rows and set it to minimum content and minimum content. Then go to the gaps and set it to 20 pixel, which will create the gap between the grid cells. The same goes here. All right, so we now have a definite space. Also, let's set the margin here to 40 pixel, create the consistent design. And maybe decrease the width a bit like this. Let's also add the bottom padding for the entire section. So go here and let's set it to 20 pixel to create some space. You can also add some top padding here as well. We also have the room to increase the font size here. So because we have some space, we can clearly increase the font size if we want, like this. All right. So yeah, this is the next section. In the next video, I will show you how you can animate these numbers. So you will learn how to, count from 0 up to 50K and add the suffix as well. But yeah, I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching.